كمثل الشيطان إذ قال للإنسان اكفر فلما كفر قال إني بريء منك إني أخاف الله رب العالمين فكان عاقبتهما أنهما في النار خالدين فيها وذلك جزاء الظالمين.
And we can mention the famous story of Barsisa. Barsisa, as mentioned in At-Tabarani, was a great worshipper of Allah. He was a worshipper of Allah, an abid from among Banu Israel. He was known as a person who would spend his night worshipping Allah and spend his day worshipping Allah. He wasn't an ordinary person. So during his time, the king of the land, he ordered the people to join the army to fight in jihad against an enemy. Among those who went to fight jihad were 3 brothers. However, they had one obstacle in their way. They had a sister. And there was no one else in the family that could look after this sister of theirs. So they decided upon a plan of action. They thought, who can we leave our sister with so that we can go and fight jihad? So they thought of Barsisa. Who better to entrust our sister with than Barsisa? Barsisa, who is a worshipper of Allah. A worshipper of Allah Jalla wa Ala, the one who is known for his piety, for his righteousness. It's not possible that he could do anything wrong with regards to our sister. So they took their sister to Barsisa and said, can you look after her while we go for jihad? And as a righteous worshipper, he said no. He said absolutely not. How can I look after someone who is ghair mahram to me, who is not related to me? How is it possible? Allah Jalla wa Ala has forbidden khalwa, meaning forbidden a man and a woman who are not related from being in the same place together where there's no one around them, who cannot hear their conversation or see them. Even if it's in an open place, but you can't hear their conversation, other people can't hear their conversation, this is considered khalwa. He said, no, I'm not going to look after this woman. She's not related to me. So they went home. Then Iblis came to Barsisa and used the argument of maslahah, of public benefit, of benefit. They said, look, Iblis came, he said, Barsisa, how can you leave this poor woman? Somebody else who is not pious may come and look after her, and this person might do an evil deed with her. He might look after her. He might not look after her. He might do fahisha, zina with this woman. But you are a person who fears Allah, so you should be the one to look after this woman, this poor woman. And also, Ya Barsisa, Iblis came. And remember, he comes as an advisor. Iblis never comes telling Barsisa to do a sin. He said, Barsisa, these people, they're going for jihad. It's a noble deed. How can you just reject this favor? You must do this favor for them. So he went back and he told the people that he told those brothers that he would in fact look after Barsisa. So he designated a house next door to his house for this woman. And he took responsibility for the sister while the three brothers left. So each day he would prepare some food and leave it outside his own house for her to come to collect the food and go home. There would be no contact between Barsisa and this woman. So he'd leave the food outside his own house. So every day the woman would come, she would pick up the food and go home. So along comes Iblis, Shaytan, and he says, "Oh Barsisa, why don't you go and deliver the food to her doorstep? She is coming out of her house and everybody sees her. And this is